It is much to do in our backyard organic raised bed garden. Let me show you the seeds I'm going to sow in the month of August. Hey guys, it's Daryl, Louisiana Simple Living, out here in the backyard garden. And just like last month, August, it's the middle of August. It has the same heat and humidity we've been feeling for the last couple of months here in southeast Louisiana in Zone 9A. So we did sow some seeds back in July. You can check that video out. This month we're going to go ahead and sow some seeds. The cool thing is we can start thinking about our fall garden though at this point. The light is kind of at the end of the tunnel. It's still hot as could be. But another couple months it's going to finally start cooling off. So we can go ahead and sow some of the seeds that we'll need in the fall. We can go ahead and sow them now. So your brassicas, things of that nature. It's on the front end of when you can plant them. But we're going to go ahead and sow some seeds now. And by the time they get up out of the ground, hopefully it'll start cooling off some. And that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. And then we'll also go ahead and give you another quick update on all the seeds that we sowed last month in July. Go ahead and subscribe, ring the notification bell, and like the video. Feel free to share it. All right, let's get started. All right, so the question is, what seeds can we sow in August, in the middle of August? Remember, there are various resources you can check for what plants you can plant now. Various resources online, your state, county / parish extensions. They have different resources as well, universities and so forth. So there's places you can go check. Biggest thing you need to know is your USDA plant hardiness zones. So again, I'm in 9A. What it just means is the people that live within the same zone experience kind of the same climate. And that affects, of course, when you can plant plants, when you got to harvest and so forth. Of course, my favorite resource around here is the LSU Ag Center's planting guide. It gives a lot of details on when you can plant different plants, how long to expect before they mature, and then you can harvest them. Very good guide. Also, obviously, check with your local plant nursery. They're a great resource, and they can help you identify what you can plant and when you can plant them. Based on being a 9A is what I'm going to plant today. So what seeds can we go ahead and plant in our backyard garden, Zone 9A, in the middle of August? So we can do beans, we can do beets, all the brassicas. So you're talking about broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. All of those you can go and get started now. It's probably on the front end for Zone 9A of when you can actually plant those. The heat is still going to be pretty strong, but I think they'll do pretty good, and we're going to start them on today. Swiss chard, stuff we like for a salad. We can grow those as well. They grow great here in Zone 9A. Cucumbers, mustard greens, collard greens. Love mustard greens. Going to plant some of those today. Lettuce, of course, you kind of gotta watch your lettuce. It'll grow pretty good, but then it'll go to seed pretty quick if it stays hot. But if you succession plant them, you will be able to have some lettuce throughout the days, throughout the weeks. When they do go to seed, you got some other ones that are coming up. Southern peas, like black-eyed peas, things like that. Got shallots. You can do a late summer squash. I did some a month ago. I'm just going to stay with those. And turnips. So I like turnips. I'm going to plant 3 different kinds of turnips today. Again, just going to give you an idea of the things you can plant now in Zone 9A. And we'll look at them as we go through the end of the summer and in the fall, how they're growing. Or they'll sprout in about 14 to 21 days, 2 to 3 weeks. There ain't nothing like a good flavor of beets. If you haven't tried them, try them. Now, if you ever eaten them out of the can, canned pickled beets, that's not what we're talking about here. This is a lot better tasting than what you can get from the grocery store. Seriously. It's definitely worth trying. Homemade, organically grown beets. You can make juice with it, you can pickle it, you can do a lot of things, and it's just incredibly tasty, not like the things you get at the grocery store. Alright, got some Waltham 29 and some Romanesca Italian. This is good old traditional white cauliflower. This is the Romanesco Italian. It has a kind of a different design on it. It doesn't have the same head as a regular cauliflower does. It has kind of a greenish, got points all over it. It's pretty neat looking. I'll plant them about 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep, about 12 inches apart. just do 4 of those right now. And I'll do some succession planting so they don't all come, you know, ripe or ready all at the same time. These can be harvested in about 70 to 90 days, so it's going to take a little bit of time before they get to maturity. It's hot right now, but by the time they come out of the ground, it'll finally start cooling off. That's the plan. Put the water hose back. All right, ready to go. Alright, so next up is Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to put a few Brussels sprouts in here. I won't be able to put them all. Start off with the Groninger Brussels sprouts. Now the first 2, Groninger and then the Long Island Improved, both those types are traditional. They, you know, the green looking Brussels sprout. And I also got this red rhubarb, or red rhubarb, which is a red, obviously purple colored Brussels sprout that is full of antioxidants. So you really like eating. I love to eat these kind of purple and different colored because of the antioxidants that are in the produce. Now the Brussels sprouts, you want to go about 1/8 inch deep. That's not very much, just barely covered, and then about 12 to 16 inches apart. So I'm gonna get 2 in right here. Alright, got the red rhubarb planted. Alright, now I got 3 kinds of cabbage we're going to plant. Got a golden acre, that's more the traditional head type. This cabbage, this calabash cabbage and the Coeur de Boeuf cabbage, they're both more the cylindrical head. And of course I like the calabash because it's got the red purple color to it. Antioxidants are real high. Good for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and plant some of the Coeur de Boeuf right here. I can really only get 2 heads. Alright, with this cabbage, these are pretty small seeds. You want about 1/8 of an inch deep. It's not quite surface sowed, but just barely dust over it. You need 12 to 16 inches at least apart. Alright, so just run ahead and smooth them out. They're going to be good to go. Remember, cabbage takes about 65 to 75 days, give or take, before it's mature enough to harvest. Alright, I'm going to plant both some golden acre and some calabash cabbage over here. Remember, you're looking about 1/8 of an inch deep, 12 to 16 inches apart. I'm going to get like 3 in, 1, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, I think I can get 3 in. A little warm. In case you can't tell by the way I'm dripping. All right, so got some Durgesh 41 and some amazing cauliflower. You want to plant them. Want to plant them a quarter to a half inch deep, and then 12 to 18 inches apart. This is definitely on the edge of when you can plant cauliflower, but I want to go ahead and get them started. Let's do that. All right, cauliflower's down planted. All right, next step right here, I'm gonna plant. This is 5 colored Swiss Chard, and this is Oriole Orange Swiss Chard. They're both beautiful. We'd like to just add them to our salads. Let's see which one I got front. 5. And you want to plant these about ½ inch deep. It'll take 2 to 3 weeks to come out. The sprout. See, this is a bigger seed, kind of like the beet seed. They need to be about 6 inches apart. I'm just going to do a couple of plants, one of each right now, and I'll seed plant some. These things really do grow well. One will get you pretty far. All right, so I'm gonna plant a little lettuce right here. Let's go with the little gem lettuce. I'm just gonna make just kind of a line here. I'm just gonna lay some in here. Takes about 7-10 days to sprout. Needs to be about a ¼ inch underneath the surface. And then you're talking about a 6 inch spacing, but I just kind of seed them and I'll come and thin them out. Nothing more difficult than that, and I'll do the same thing with this Paris Island. One or two more right there. All right. All right, next up I'm gonna put some purple top white lobe turnips. Again, real simple, just make a little line with your finger. Just gotta go in a ¼ inch depth, 6 to 8 inches apart. You can get closer than that and just thin it as you can thin it down a little bit. And behind it, I'm gonna put some round red turnips. Same thing, just put a little strip in here. I can come back, put another line or two as I want. We'll have some succession planting. All right, that's all there is to it. Let me finish this up real quick. I'm getting ready to go give you a tour of the seeds that I sowed in July. Let me be fast, be safe. All right, so these are those Minnesota midgets. They're gonna be going good here. They only go 4 or 5 foot, 3 or 4 foot vines, so they'll be ready to go soon. This was the pumpkin, the heirloom pumpkin that I was given. As you can tell, looks like the squash vine borer has gotten it already pretty bad. I'm just gonna let it go. We'll see what happens. I had somebody ask that question on the channel. Actually, some of those vines that were going like crazy, some of the loofah vines, that actually had some squash vine borers early. I left it in the ground, it kept on going. So this here is some watermelon. This is that Clay County yellow meat. This is some zucchini, Cucuzella di Napoli. Again, it's just not looking real good. All right, this is the Piggott Southern Pea. So you can tell they're doing good. They're growing on up on the trellis. I have to do a little bit more probably from a trellis standpoint, but they're okay. There's some zinnias growing in. This is a red Alabama okra. This is Fort Portal jade bean, just a green pole bean. Got some Georgia Southern collard greens. They're getting eaten up a little bit, looks like by snails, something of that nature. I may have to spray them. This is my orange or red zing. I think it's orange zing orange okra. As you can tell, they really love growing here. So I just planted those cauliflower. This is just a acorn bush squash. While I was doing it, just decided to go ahead and plant that. This is some Chinese cabbage. Only one set's doing okay. There's a couple of free basil there. And remember, plant smiles, grow giggles, harvest love, and happy fall. My wife and daughter decided to get me something to beautify the garden. At least they were thinking of me. All right, thanks for joining me back over here at Louisiana Simple Living. We got weather moving in pretty quick. I'm gonna make it fast, a little fast goodbye. So we're in the middle of August, and it's really hot, humid. Weather's rolling in right now. Lightning, thunder. Just a typical day in southeast Louisiana. And so hopefully I've given you some ideas on what you can go plant in your backyard. So go plant something in your backyard. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe, like the video, or ring that notification bell, and share the video. Look, and stay safe, especially with this COVID uptick we got right now. World's kind of in a crazy place and getting back into a crazy place. And as I always remind you, take care of making memories. Family and friends, you may not get that opportunity a month from now, 6 months, 10 years from now. Don't take it for granted. See your mom and dad. I have my mom and dad, and Aaron's mom and dad came over yesterday. Visited for a while. I cooked. I cooked out on the grill. Just making a point to make memories, even with the COVID situation the way it is. And as always, I will see you on the next video.